if you're bidding a job and PCF files are available, you can use SpoolFab to do most of the estimating work without expending a single drawing count. Here's how it works. First, check the local settings for PCF import. And let's make this one 0.022 up here. It's just a recommendation, 0.022. And we'll set don't read user codes, don't add size information. We can assemble. Treat field items as zero quantity. And those will be good for now. Next thing you have to do is you copy all the PCF files into the estimate folder of the job. And the job needs to have the specs set up in it. I'll show you them here. So these are the specs. And I've already set those up. Then after you copy the PCF files into the estimate folder, you probably need to switch from one client or one job to another so that it realizes that those files are there, and that'll make this estimate button appear. Then as soon as you click estimate, then it creates a list of all of the files in the estimate folder. This is that list. And it assigns each one an arbitrary, well, a sequential control number, which is really just for the purposes of the estimate. Then the next thing you need to do is select all of those and go File, Scan for Specs, and it'll go through, check what specs are needed. It says here the 155 source files required, 10 specs in total. Those specs are all there, so that's good. Now, if we want to import all these, we just have to hit Estimate Listed Files. Now, it's going to take a while to import 155, so I'm going to empty the list, and I'll just import like 20 of them, or yeah, let's make it 25. We'll import 25 files. So we hit Estimate Listed Files. The specs are available. Then it pulls them in. It doesn't save the files, and it's showing them on the screen as they go by so that you can get an idea of what's in the job. Note this is not consuming any drawing counts because it's not actually making any drawings. It's just showing you what's there. And of course you get to see the bill of materials, everything else. So we'll just wait for that to finish. And then when you're done that, you can go to File, Item Report. You can see a report of all the items that were in those 25 files. You can get a summary, material summary. There's a summary. You'll notice that here the description from the file is here, and this is the description that SpoolFab has assigned, so you can check this and make sure that it's doing it right. If it's not, it's probably something to do with the spec, so you might have to fix the spec. Oh, you can get a weld summary, a weld report. Let's do the weld report. Now, the thing about this weld report is that some of these might turn into field welds because it depends on how you split them up when you split the installation drawings into spools. Okay. Now let's close the estimate and we'll go to the installation drawings, and we'll actually import some of these files and look at them. So I go File, Import PCF file, and we'll just pick one. Here we go. Pretty simple. Doesn't even need to be changed at all. So I go Control I and then N, and it pulls in the next one. Let's show all the dimensions and the item tags and all that. If you wanted some of these to be a different length, well, let's go to one that's more interesting. I'll just go through them here. I'm going Control I and then N. These are a bit boring. Oh, that sounds better. Okay, so here's one with a few extra branches along here. Let's not show all the dimensions because it's kind of difficult to see what's going on. And we'll even get rid of the item tags for now. Okay, you probably want this to be a bit longer, this horizontal pipe. So let's go Control J and then Control right, and the focus moves to different pipes. This pipe we want longer, so we put the up arrow. That's probably long enough. Then we hit enter. And now they're nicely spaced out, and might make sense to bring back the dimensions. We'll have to adjust those a bit. Yeah, might have to move them up a bit. And let's refresh the screen. So here's our bill of materials. We don't have a weld list on here because this is an installation drawing, but you could break this into spools, or you might even just want to make it one spool. Here, I'll bring in a few more. Well, these are all pretty simple. Here's another one that could be adjusted. So we go Control J. It's the very first pipe, so I'll just make it longer. Press enter. And of course, after you've imported any of these drawings, they are editable. Like you could add a nipple on here, for example. Let's see. Paint both ends pipe nipple. Say it's half-inch nipple. Make it 4 inches long. There. Yeah, or you could add pipe, of course. And you can move these along if you want. Let's just display some item tags, and we'll move the cap out a bit, give us a little more room. And then we could also move this up here. That's the kind of thing you can do. Well, I don't want to make this too long, so we'll just end there. Thank you for watching.